Look, man, to this day, I will, and I'm not a fan of AI, and I will try to raise awareness. Do you actually want that in your house? People like me, for example, if I'm not using my webcam and stuff like that, the one from my actual computer is taped, right? And on my main, like the one I use for YouTube right now and stuff, I close the blinds. These robots collect data everywhere. You gooning to the right corner of the house, Chinese hackers know what's up. You do some shady stuff to the left, American people, the Western world will find out. So criminals leave their phones like sometimes out of the room, so it does. So there's no possible way to trace the conversation, right? You actually want that in your household? Like genuine question. I don't. But it feels like we're getting to the point where you at a certain point you need one. Like children with smartphones. If you don't get your son a smartphone, he will be like the outsider. So there will be so maybe there will be some sort of pressure from society. But bro, fuck no. I'd rather buy something else, which were used to help people back in the days. You know what I
Domestic
mean?
helper bots are coming. Billions is being poured into this new AI frontier, a
Yeah.
global gold rush underway.
Go make us a cup of coffee.
I'm on it.
But how close actually are we to the sci-fi dream of a robot butler?
Oh, holy, never seen this in my whole life.
Actually, let's start with another task and we'll come back to this.
Honestly, I don't want that.
Good accuracy. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Bro.
So
Like Yasmin Ghost said it once, imagine like the robots being operated by someone who's in a legal state, prostitution. So if the robot is in an illegal state and you coerce it to use it, but the guy controlling the robot is out of the illegal. You know what I mean? There were some funny conversations about that. Oh boy.
this is it.
And I definitely know why people are thinking about getting one because these dolls are not cutting it anymore. Do they?
It's a normal house on a normal street. But that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? They're building a robot for homes. Hi, Natasha, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Building robot
Very
for
well,
homes.
thanks.
Around easily.
Can you
caught
describe
that.
what we're seeing here then?
I
So
caught
you've got
that.
the robot.
Yep.
Off camera, there's someone wearing some of the similar
Yep.
kit.
Yeah.
How's it all working?
So we have a teleoperator who is wearing a suit to teleoperate the robot. Ideally, it should have its own mind. I mean, it sees a mess, it should be able to go and like clean it up because it thinks it's messy, and it should know what
can
to
it do that?
Right now, it is getting trained to do that.
Yeah. As an MIT robotics dropout, Bapasha spun out a
I just don't think it's a
quickly
smart.
convincing
I don't
investors
think.
to put money into her
Stop.
vision.
We believe today people have two aspirations, usually like a car and a house. In the future, they'll have three aspirations, a car and a house and a robot.
A few miles away, also in Palo Alto, another company has trained its bot to do some tasks completely on its own. Hey, Tony, how's it going?
There's some cool stuff with it. Like, I almost. I almost come close every time to saying, yeah, we should use them in warfare. But that's not what I mean. If robots, AI in general, was being used for like critical situations, meaning like endangering humans, which is war, so to speak. But if we're talking about that, like imagine like using for a bomb diffusing a bomb threat, you use a robot. It's than a human being, right? If there's an avalanche and people need rescuing, send in a robot. If there's like I don't know, wilderness which is haunted by spiders, snakes, and all kind of venomous stuff, not talking about Australia, send in a robot. Where humans risk their life, a robot should be sent in. But yeah, they'll abuse it in a split second for warfare.
Wow, it's a
They
home.
did that and they will.
Tony Chow began working on his home robot while at uni, but dropped out to build Memo full time.
Hi there, I'm Memo, your future home robot here at Sunday.
So, can it see me around it? Does it?
Yep.
Yeah. Can it?
Right now it doesn't react to you,
Yeah, yeah.
but it can perceive the world with all the cameras and other sensors. Can you just go
Mhm.
make us a cup of coffee?
It's after 2 p.m. Would you like me to go ahead and make that cup of coffee for you?
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm on it, making your coffee now.
People are like laughing right now. And they're like, look at this, it's not even working and blah blah blah. Bro, like 3, 4 years ago, we were nowhere. Time accelerates, especially with with developing these kind of things. They learn by themselves as well. We getting better at it, and they getting better at it. And together, it's an unbelievable, unstoppable force. So even though it
So
looks
Tony, can I just check with you? There's
childish
no one
right
that
now,
we can't see doing
wait
this
3
for
to
the
4
robot.
years,
This is all autonomous.
Yes, it's one single neural network
and that dude will be running, teabagging, and like a Rainbow Six Siege Zen user.
controlling the whole body movements.
It was all going smoothly. Then Tony paused the demo as he saw something was off.
Maybe we need to restart this. Can we restart this? Can you stop? I think there's a. Can you stop it? I think we might need to do it again. I saw there's some peeling off here. Sorry about that. Let's just try again. Okay. Maybe I'm overly cautious or something.
And now he fails.
Oh, holy! Oh, I've never seen this in my whole life. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
We all got that
After a
universal
reset, Memo
facial
smoothly
expression.
cleared away the table. There's obviously work to be done to get it ready for homes, but there's no doubt this is one of the most capable bots in the world. How have you got the robot to be this advanced? How have you done it?
Normally, the way we train AI is to teleoperate the
Experience.
robots in people's homes or in other places and gather the data and train the AI. And what we're doing
What I've seen from Boston Dynamics is like a lot of people are a lot of robots are put in a simulation, not physically but mentally. Their body, like in a mental simulation, their physical body is learning what every robot is doing. That means like every robot's connecting to that simulation where they can physically learn stuff without physically moving. You get what I'm saying? So that, yeah, you don't endanger even the robot, but he can learn from a simulation that is going on inside of a program or his head or an update, whatever. I'm not a software engineer or a programmer, so I can't really say, but it's absolutely crazy. So their data, they can use everyone's data, not just theirs, or the one or the data that's being put in by developers. No, by everyone. Imagine.
is different, as in
I
we
don't
don't
want
need
that.
robot data to train the robot. And instead, we build these gloves. And people just wear the gloves in their homes and collect data for us. And that gives us really diverse data because we now see like more than 500 homes and also all the different ways they go about doing the task.
Sunday's army of robot teachers
I would
are
never
all being
support that.
paid
I'm
to do
sorry. I
repetitive,
know I wouldn't
everyday
make a
tasks,
difference, but
a
I couldn't.
reminder of the human drudgery
And I don't want a
underpinning how
camera
these
inside of my
machines
house.
learn. The staff
I
allow
think I got
cameras and
enough.
sensors to record their every move at home. But Sunday plans to start shipping memos next year. So, if the bot needs to be remotely controlled, it will raise privacy considerations for
Yeah, of
customers,
course. Yeah,
as
of
well as
course.
questions about safety in a domestic setting.
Imagine
There will
like
be kids running around. Kids will be climbing on the robot, right? So we really want to make sure that we put safety as a most fundamental consideration when we design these robots.
definitely. You got to.
Some robotics companies are already out in the wild, gathering training data in public. Here it is. Isaac's been trained by watching hundreds of hours of laundry folding. For the last couple of months, though, it's been doing it on its own for real, here and in 6 other sites in San Francisco.
Deployment is the strategy. Nothing counts.
It's already reality. People be like, yeah, it's coming, it's coming. No, it's already here.
If it's sequestered away in
Jesus
a lab.
Christ.
This is the very task that we'll also be doing in homes. And here we get to prove that it works in the real world, bring down the time per article of clothing that we fold.
Yeah, and save more money and fire more people.
Demonstration, there we are. Okay. So, this is a lot slower than a human.
It's a lot slower, but he works for free. Like at a one-time payment. Maybe you have like monthly payment of 400 or something like that for one robot. But he does the work for like 4K. So yeah. I don't know why I'm yawning so that much. Maybe my brain doesn't have any
Some people might be watching
oxygen.
this saying, oh, that's not very impressive. But can you tell us why it is impressive?
It is impressive because this thing can run all day. You often hear that robots are best suited to tasks that are dull, dirty, or dangerous. We want to make clothing folding optional for people.
Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. Struggling with a little bit at the end there.
You know, we kind
130.
of care about getting presentation right.
That is way better than I would do it. When you first put this robot here, how long did it take to do one t-shirt?
I think that we were looking at 230.
So already, what, in how many months?
That's in a month and a half.
In a month and a half. You
Yeah.
got down to 130, just over 130.
See, that's the thing. In like 1 month, his time increased by 50%. Can you imagine that? Can you actually imagine that? I almost can't. 1 month. And they keep saying like, yeah, we got time. The robots are coming in the future. Yeah, in some instances they are, but in a lot of instances they're not. Oh boy, oh boy.
We've plans to start shipping Isaacs to homes this year. They say it'll be able to tidy up and fold laundry, but it's not clear how much of that will be autonomous. I actually didn't know how to do it properly until I saw this. Across town, at Physical Intelligence, they're not interested in building robots themselves. They're focused on creating the AI software that can be used to make any robot capable of doing chores autonomously.
The rest of AI, like in ChatGPT, for example, we're used to training these models on an internet of data, but we don't have that web of data for robotics. So we want to be able to actually kind of essentially breathe intelligence into any sort of physical embodiment, whether that's kind of a standard typical robot, a humanoid robot, or even something that looks closer to an appliance, for example.
Like all these companies, Chelsea and her team are developing their AI software using reams of videos of humans doing chores. Their approach is proving successful. Investors like AI giant OpenAI are on board. Another tech giant, Tesla, is deep in development of its own humanoid robot, Optimus. But it's not yet clear what it can do. And it's not just in the US where people are getting excited about human-like robots.
See, the Chinese are way more advanced. You can tell me whatever. You can tell me whatever.
Company Unitree is already dominating the market with its G1 robot, seen here in a demo given to us by its UK seller, Scan.
This is happening right now. People are buying them, people are coding on them, and people are learning. It's entirely operated. It's not autonomous at all, as of yet.
It's hard to get into China to film, but the humanoid robot industry is so hot there that the government recently warned a bubble might be building, set to burst. What's really interesting driving around and speaking to all these robotics companies in Silicon Valley is there's a lot of confidence. They think they are building the future and they're certain it's going to be a huge moneymaker. But there's also some nervousness as well, because there's lots of things that we wanted to film and we wanted to show, but we can't. They are scared because, of course, this is a race to bring to market a domestic robot. A company that hopes to be the first is 1X. The Norwegian-founded company moved here last year, and millions of dollars are riding on its bot Neo becoming a hit. We've just walked up.
Tell me, guys, what are you thinking? Because can't be the only one who's not a fan of that. Can't be the only one, right? Or am I complete idiot? I don't know. Like I said, 90s, like the 1980s, 70s, and 80s, probably peak humanity. Bro, I want to go back with no social media, no digital. But that train departed a long time ago. We're here, futurists now.
Someone is operating Neo right now and watering all the plants. I've just been told this is what they do all day. So there are people in the office operating Neo with a VR headset, carrying out tasks and testing all day long. Good accuracy. Oh, I spoke too soon. So interestingly, Neo is struggling with this particular handle, but the team here change the handles all the time because they're trying to train the robot different ways to open different handles. They had it there. Founder Bernd Bornich is pushing hard to get Neo out to homes. He says thousands of people have already pre-ordered. So what can Neo do right now?
The people are at fault as well. Why do you want one of these? Why? I mean, like, people complaining like that the tech billionaires are doing all that kind of stuff. But like in the end, they're buying into it. I've seen those electric scooters. People roll around like to the grocery shop next to it. People are even replacing walking. I mean, there's robots where you can put on to replace walking, to make hiking easier. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not that far away to put your brain in one of these, probably. You can live forever. I mean, let's wait 80 to 100 years. That's probably gonna be true. Mark my words. A video done on 29th of January. Yeah. Will remind you of the future. You can probably put brains in robots. God damn, bro. I mean, like, yeah, I don't like doing dishes as well. But still, would I replace everything?
For me, in my home.
Yeah, so let me tell you what Neo does in my home. So does a pretty good job of like tidying. So like resetting my living room and my house in general. Wiping surfaces, like cleaning the counter, like these kind of things.
And that's all someone with a VR headset?
It's a mix. It's a mix. So in my home, we have a lot of data. So a lot of the stuff in my home can get automated because we have data there. Periodically, someone kind of steps in and helps if the robot does not know exactly how to move on.
Early adopters will have to be comfortable then waiving their privacy. But Bernd promises that Neo will be able to carry out many tasks autonomously by the time they start shipping it. Your first...
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And even then, the data that's being collected inside of every household is being shipped back to somebody to use for marketing, for selling point, for tech billionaires, for whatever. Data is everything. You think information, you think gold and stuff like that is the most valuable thing? It's information, bro.
Set of customers then.
If you have like one sentence, like you can get 100 millions out of it.
They have to be quite wealthy, and they have to be willing for Neo to make mistakes, essentially.
Well, I don't think they have to be quite wealthy. I think
thousands of pounds, though, isn't it? I don't know how much it is.
Well, it depends on.
£20,000.
Yeah, like are most people who have a car quite wealthy?
So you liken it to a car?
For a very large subset of that, it will be way higher value than having a second car. Getting the right customers is more important in the beginning. Distribution with the right customers, so we can really use these amazing people that are early adopters to help us make this work.
Please
Outside of
don't.
the tech bubble, some, including the International Federation of Robotics, think it could take
Absolute
20
idiot.
years before domestic bots become truly useful and accepted. But we have heard that before about other futuristic AI technologies.
Yeah, we did.
In some ways, brand new revolutionary technology does just sort of creep up on you. If you think about driverless cars, I've been talking about driverless cars in my reporting for a decade at least, but now they're here and they're just sort of normal. In many cities across the US and in China, driverless cars are an everyday sight. AI robotics companies are convinced their tech will go the same way, and not only will their devices be truly useful, we'll all eventually want one in our homes.
No. No. I mean, no. Please don't. Leave me out of the equation. I'm done with that. Please tell me what you guys think. Do you want one? God damn, son.